Yeah, it's Jonathan Lemire, the New York Times, top of the New York Times today on their website is a new New York Times Siena college poll.
Oh, okay.
The numbers for Joe Biden, well, they're about as bad as they could possibly be. 33% approval rating. That's bad, right?
That's pretty bad.
64% of Democrats say, yeah, we want somebody else to run in 2024. Oh, but wait, they do a head-to-head matchup with Donald Trump.
Do tell.
Joe Biden wins. Joe Biden 44, Donald Trump 41%.
No way.
This reminds me every day, and I talked about this a couple weeks ago, every day Kamala Harris gets negative headlines, not just from Fox News, which, by the way, every day on their website, it's like catnip, I guess, for people on the Trump right. All of these Kamala Harris stories. Kamala Harris doesn't polish one of her fingernails. How could she be vice president of the year? Kamala Harris. Oh, my God. And every day, catnip. And people are like, oh, my God, another Kamala Harris story. This is great. Let's look at this. I love this. This proves I am superior as a white man in my mother's basement at 44. Oh, more insults on Kamala Harris. It's all they do, right? So you're saying, you're thinking to yourself, could anybody be as unpopular as Vice President of the United States as Kamala Harris ever in the history of the Republic? And then you look, at the head-to-head matchup with Ron DeSantis, the great white hope, the guy that we hear every day, from the
Mr.
right.
Florida man
From the right.
He's
going to win. Hey, Ron DeSantis, he's strong. Ron DeSantis, he really showed the press. He really showed the teachers. He's banning books now. He's really showing people who like the First Amendment. And we hear that Ron DeSantis, like the left is scared of him, the right adores him. Kamala Harris beats him in head-to-head matchups. So my point is not that Joe Biden and Kamala Harris are like Ronald Reagan and Margaret Thatcher. My point is that every day I think we present these false positives on the sickness of Kamala Harris's political health and Joe Biden's political health because their numbers are horrible. You look at the polls, they're just terrible. But that's the new normal. I said from the time of the election in France that you look at those polls, the American people didn't like Macron. They thought that Le Pen may even relate to them more. And yet they're like, you know what? We're going to go with a guy we don't like over this person who is an effing lunatic. And if there is anything to define what the Republican Party is right now, where, if you get raped by a family member and you're 13 or 14 years old, you've got to flee the state, forced births for rape and incest victims, or, being afraid to send your kids to school because they're allowing deranged 18-year-olds to buy military weapons of war that the overwhelming majority of Americans don't want 18-year-olds to get. Right? Or January 6th, them providing cover for Donald Trump for January 6th. All of this stuff adds up. And it adds up to a point where Americans go, I'm not really thrilled with what's happening in the White House. In fact, I don't like what's happening in the White House, but I'm sure not going to trust Republicans.
Cuckoo.
These guys are wackos and insurrectionists and freaks. I'm certainly not going to trust them around the country. I've never seen polls like this again. 33% approval rating. 64% of Democrats say they don't want Joe Biden to run again. And yet he beats Donald Trump in a head-to-head matchup. And this is not the first one. Same thing again with Kamala. Can I ask you, when's the last positive profile you've seen about Kamala Harris? And by looking at the news every day, would you ever believe that Kamala Harris would beat Ron DeSantis in a head-to-head matchup in one poll after another? Now, of course, the Republicans are now going to rig a poll. They'll go out and say, hey, let's fix one so Ron actually beats her. Maybe put in more Republicans. Or maybe they just poll all white people. I don't know. Whatever floats their boat. But it's really crazy, isn't it, Jonathan? Just, again, the bad news we hear about this White House, and yet Biden still beats Trump. Harris still beats DeSantis. It's crazy.